Welcome to the second to last week of the 2023 Madden NFL season. I still can't believe we're near the end of the regular season already. That just went by way too quick. Here are the division standings heading into week 17. And there are the playoff standings. Alright, let's get this show on the road. So kicking off week 17, our Thursday night matchup, we have the New York Jets taking on the Cleveland Browns. The Browns get a dominating win. They went 27-0. So the Browns were proved to 5-11. And the Jets, they become the third team to get shut out this season, and they will now drop to 5-11 as well. On to our Saturday game now, as next up we'll see two teams that are looking to earn a playoff spot, as you'll see the 9-6 Detroit Lions taking on the 9-6 Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys get a dominating win. They win 45-17. So the Cowboys has won 3 in a row, and they now put themselves in a good position to perhaps clinch a playoff berth now, as they will improve to 10-6. And as for the Lions, this is one that they did not need, as now they will drop to 9-7 and in a must-win territory if they want to have any shot on making the playoffs. On to our 1 o'clock game, as the first game we'll see are two teams that are in the wild card as of right now, as we got the New England Patriots taking on the Buffalo Bills. The Patriots get another huge win. They win 33-16. So the Patriots will now improve to 9-7. And as for the Bills, the struggles continue. They've now lost 4 straight since coming off the bye, as now they really got to figure out what's going on down there, as they'll have one more game to make some adjustments. Otherwise, Buffalo could maybe miss the playoffs, as now Buffalo will drop to 8-8. Up next, we have two teams trying to end their losing streaks, as we'll see the Miami Dolphins take on the Baltimore Ravens, and the winner of this game will clinch a playoff berth. Congrats to the Baltimore Ravens. They have clinched a playoff berth, and they just wrapped up the AFC North. Ravens win 16-13. So for the Dolphins, they have now lost 4 straight, as now they will take on the Buffalo Bills next week and see if they can end this losing drought, as now they will drop to 9-7. And as for the Ravens, like I mentioned, they won the AFC North, so congrats to them for doing that, as now Baltimore ends a 3-game losing streak and improve to 10-6. Next up, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Chicago Bears. The Falcons get a much-needed win. They win 31-17, so the Bears will drop to 6-10, and the Falcons are now one step closer of clinching a playoff berth, as now the Falcons will improve to 10-6. Up next, we'll have both teams who will welcome back both of the rookie quarterbacks, as we'll see Will Levis and the Tennessee Titans take on C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans. Tennessee's not going away that easy. They still stay alive. So they win 28-3 over the Texans. So the Texans will drop to 7-9. As for the Titans, like I said, they're still alive in the playoff races now. They will improve to 7-9. Up next, we have the Raiders taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Raiders play spoiler, and they win 23-12 over the Colts, so the Raiders get the upset win and improve to 6-11. And as for the Colts, this was one that they did not need, as now they will drop to 8-8 and in like a 4-5-way tie for the last wildcard spot. Up next, got a good one, and we got the Battle of the Cats, as we got the Carolina Panthers taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars, who will have to go without Trevor Lawrence today. And with the Colts losing today, that means the winner of this game will clinch their division. The Carolina Panthers are NFC South champions. They win 27-20. Congrats on the Panthers for clinching the NFC South. They will now improve to 11-5. And as for the Jags, they came out close, but unfortunately for them, they cannot clinch the AFC South today. However, they do have a chance of clinching a playoff berth, depending on what happens in the rest of the AFC. And by the way, the Jags are now going to drop to 9-7. Next up, we have the Rams taking on the New York Football Giants. The Giants survive in overtime. They win 23-20, so the Rams will drop to 6-10. Or actually, the Giants won 26-20. So either way, the Giants get the win. They will improve to 9-7, and the Rams will drop to 6-10. Next up, we got a couple of teams in the playoff race looking for a huge win, as we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This was a good game, but the Eagles ran away with it at the end. They win 38-16. So for the Cardinals, they lose at the wrong place, wrong time. They will now drop to 9-7. And for the Eagles, they get a nice bounce back win after an embarrassing loss to the Giants last week, as now they'll improve to 10-6. And we'll see how they do next week against the Giants this time around. Up next, we have the New Orleans Saints taking on the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Saints get the win. They win 20-16, so the Saints will improve to 7-9. And as for the Bucks, at least you only got one more game left, and then you'll have to see your team lose for a while, as now Tampa Bay will drop to 2-14. In our final 1 o'clock game, we got a couple of red-hot teams going at it, as we got the 49ers taking on the Washington Commanders. And with the Eagles beating the Cardinals today, that means if the 49ers win this game, then they clinch the NFC West. The Commanders play spoiler yet again. They won 27-20, pulling the upset win. So the Commanders will improve to 7-9. And as for the 49ers, with that loss, they can't clinch the division today. However, they have a chance to clinch next week with a win. So the 49ers will now drop to 10-6. Now on to our 4 o'clock games. As first up, we have the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers, who is mathematically still alive in the playoff race. For now, at least. The Seahawks had a chance to kick a game-winning field goal, but they missed a field goal, so the Steelers hang on and win 24-22. So the Seahawks will drop to 6-10, and the Steelers end a 3-game losing streak, and they get a much-needed win, as now they will improve to 8-8. Next up, we have the LA Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos, and if you heard the news already, the Broncos, of course, have benched Russell Wilson and will be starting Jared Stidham. The Chargers get the job done. They win 38-17. So the Chargers, they're still alive in the playoff race as of now. They improved to 7-9. And the Broncos' playoff chances more than likely could be over. I have to look at the standings and see, as now Denver will drop to 7-9. In our final 4 o'clock game, we got a rematch of the AFC Championship game, as we have the Cincinnati Bengals take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Wow. Cincinnati, they were so close. I thought they had it for a second, but Kansas City went downfield, got a touchdown. Chiefs win 24-20. What a game. Kansas City continues to impress, and they improved to 15-1 now. And for the Bengals, this one's a heartbreaker. They nearly had it, almost had it, but unfortunately they came up short, and now Cincinnati is 7-9. In our final game of Week 17, our Sunday night matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers survive on the road. They win 26-20, so the Vikings will drop to 5-11. And for the Packers, they will hold on to the number 1 seed in the NFC as of right now, as now Green Bay will improve to 11-4. 12-4. And that does it for Week 17. Congrats to every team that won. Here's a look at the updated NFC playoff standings. Only changes here: Cardinals and Lions moved out, Cowboys and Giants moved in. And the Panthers were the only NFC team to clinch today. They won their division. And Green Bay and Carolina are the only 2 teams that can clinch the number 1 seed in the NFC. Everyone else in the standings are still looking to clinch a playoff berth. While in the AFC, there is a lot going on here. The 6th, 7th, and 8th seeds are in a 3-way tie. The Colts holds that tiebreaker because they have more conference wins. And the Bills have more conference wins than the Steelers, so that's why the Bills have that last playoff spot. And then the Bengals all the way down to the Titans are all tied at 7-9 and mathematically still have a shot at the playoffs. They are going to need a lot of help in the next episode. Now the Patriots and Dolphins were both tied for first in the AFC East. They both had the same division record, conference record in the AFC, and conference record in the NFC. So what I did is I took the most points for both Miami and New England, added it all up, divided it by 3, and whoever had the highest scoring average would be first in the AFC East, and that went to the Patriots. And I did that just because it's much easier, and I'll do that for any other tiebreaker who has a situation like this. And by the way, the Ravens, Jags, Patriots, and Dolphins have all clinched. The Ravens won the AFC North. The Jags, Patriots, and Dolphins have not clinched their divisions, but they have clinched because any tiebreaker they have with the Bills, the Steelers, and the rest of the teams down there, they would win the tiebreakers because of their conference record. So I hope that makes sense. And here is the schedule for the regular season finale. Last week of the regular season going to be a fun one. Every game is going to mean something, whether if it's clinching or teams getting eliminated. Who will clinch a spot in the playoffs? We're going to find out in the next one. I'm Robert Magic, and I'll see you on Week 18 of the 2023 to 2024 Madden NFL season. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.